Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of April 16th, 2023. We are in the dregs of, so officially we are done with NCAA winter sports. The last winter sports were gymnastics. Congratulations to Stanford men and Oklahoma women who won their championships, and bowling. Congratulations to Vanderbilt Bowling, who are part of the Southland Bowling Conference. Again, my favorite bowling conference because there are no actual members of the Southland in it. I think Conference USA is taking them over next year. But yes, we're done with all the quote unquote winter sports. And now we're on to the spring sports, which I want to say real fast because I'll say it here because people will stop complaining. No, because they'll still complain. But here are the sports. That's baseball, beach volleyball, men's and women's golf, men's and women's lacrosse, women's rowing, softball, men's women's tennis, men's and women's outdoor track and field, men's volleyball, and women's water polo. Those are the spring sports for NCAA.
I was absolutely astonished to learn that NCAA beach volleyball is a thing that exists. And I learned that this weekend because LSU has it.
There is no division in it. It is only the one big division.
Do all places that have NCAA beach volleyball possess a beach?
Okay, well now you're gonna make me go check. Hold up.
Well, I mean, does Baton Rouge possess a beach?
No.
I mean, for some definitions of beach,
there's like sand in the place that they play.
I mean, we have sand here.
Yeah, but I mean, like
sand can be acquired.
There's really not any beach in the state of Louisiana at all, except like maybe if you count like this tiny sliver of like Grand Isle in Louisiana, but that's like the most common spot that's washed out after a hurricane. There's another beach I think out by Lake Charles maybe, but like really not any beaches in Louisiana. I would not give Baton Rouge any beach credit, I would say.
Wait, so you're going to say that ULM's women's beach volleyball team does not play on a beach? You think?
I unless it's like right sandy against the bayou, I still wouldn't consider that a beach technically, I guess.
I'm trying to find the least here. Well, I'll drop this in the chat.
Okay, the least
beach location.
There are about 54 Division I beach volleyball programs.
Boise State, I would think, might be the least beach.
Yeah, it's hard to get less beach than that.
Abilene Christian has a beach volleyball program.
Yeah, that's pretty not beach.
Does Boise State have blue sand?
They don't. I've been over this actually. I remember this. I photoshopped blue sand one time into a Boise State.
So the most landlocked state in the United States is Nebraska. The Cornhuskers, there's no beach.
Austin P, pretty not beach. Arizona, pretty not beach.
Eastern Kentucky, that feels wrong.
Bolivar, Missouri, beach.
Wait, there's another like Nebraska school. Okay, Wayne State, the Wildcats in Nebraska, beach volleyball team. What are they just dreaming that they're near the beach? Yeah, I don't blame them.
Yeah,
Hendrix
I would.
College in Conway, Arkansas has a beach volleyball team.
I have so many former students who have gone to Hendrix. For some reason, they all end up going there. I know so many people who've gone to Hendrix. Anyways, yes, tons of places that have beach volleyball that should not, or maybe should. Who knows? I'm not here to judge. I feel like California makes a lot of sense.
Chattanooga has a beach. Things I learned today.
There's a team in Illinois that has a beach. I guess the lake is there.
That is a seasonal beach, if we're being really honest here. Extremely seasonal. We're on to spring sports. We also have things like dodgeball ending today. Congratulations to Michigan State, who won the national dodgeball tournament, beat the Titans Wayne State. No, sorry, not Wayne State. You got me confused now. Grand Valley, who are the Titans of.
I'm just imagining Sparty playing dodgeball right now in my head, like the mascot.
So angry, just
with all his foam muscles or whatever.
So, Commish, before we get too far, we need to hear about your coaching
Jordan,
experience.
are you forgetting something?
Yes, I am. We'll do some introductions. My name is Jordan. Hi there. How's it going? I have Commish.
Man, tonight on the Quiet Storm with Jordan.
I have Beth. I have PittGirl. Beth, How are you doing out there in Radio Land?
Well, worse now.
Coming up next
Good.
on The Quiet Storm, we have some Al B. Shore. No.
I can't imagine someone with my voice trying to do like Quiet Storm radio.
Mm.
PittGirl, how are you?
I'm good. I saw the new D&D movie yesterday, and it was pretty good. It should have come out in July, though. It's a very July movie.
It is. I saw it. That's the first movie I've seen in theaters in a while.
Commish? Well, before even I get to Commish, because Commish will start talking about his thing.
Yeah.
Can we all decide on here real fast if we are on Team Oppenheimer or Team Barbie? Have you heard about this?
I'm
I
definitely going
need
to
slightly
do
more context.
The Christopher Nolan Oppenheimer biopic, which is what's the time on that? Because it's a Chris Nolan movie.
Oh, God.
Time. Let's see here. 3 hours plus, I believe,
Oof.
is releasing the same day as the Barbie movie.
Oh, I'm on Team Barbie.
Beth, are you going for Team Barbie or Team Oppenheimer?
I'm gonna go Team Oppenheimer.
There we go. Commish?
double feature, back to back.
Yeah,
Let's do it
true.
all day. It doesn't matter which one it is, whatever the times line up the best. Either Barbie first, Oppenheimer second.
Someone has put Barbie with Oppenheimer quotes. I have become Death Destroyer of Worlds. It's beautiful. I'm on Team Oppenheimer, but I like Chris Nolan's bullshit. I love Tenet, which my wife looked at. We watched it and she goes, "This movie is so much bullshit. I hate it." I was like, "I know, isn't it great?" She goes, "No, it's just bullshit." So yes, after introductions, after this, Commish,
Yes.
how was your coaching experience?
So
Game 2.
Game 2 was great. It was a double feature day for the commish. I had to be a chaperone at the kiddos' zoo field trip in the beginning of the day, and then
Never.
basically come home, rest for maybe like an hour or so, hour or two maybe, and then right back out to the soccer fields to be Coach Commish. It felt like the entire city of San Antonio was at the San Antonio Zoo on Friday. It was insane. I've never seen so many field trips in my life. It was nuts. It was a blast though. The kiddo had a bunch of fun.
How many were you in charge of?
Honestly, the weird thing about this is every parent came to be a chaperone. So it's
I've
like
never heard of that. Holy
it's
shit!
the kinder like, so it's like their first field trip ever. They didn't have one last year,
Yeah.
for like pre-K or anything. So it's the first field trip and it's the only one of the year. So the teacher was just like, yeah, every parent volunteered to be a chaperone. So every kid is just basically like, take your kid to the zoo day.
Yeah, that's just a very weird carpool.
It
I've
was
never.
it was so
fucking
strange.
baffled.
It was so strange. Like we met at the school at like 8:15. All the chaperones got their information and like, hey, you guys all drive to the zoo separately. We'll take them to the bus. The bus is taking the kids. And then once the zoo thing is over, you can sign them out and take them home yourself. And I'm like,
What the?
I feel like if I'm the teacher, I like forcibly unvolunteer chaperones. This is the most inefficient thing I think I've ever heard of.
You know what? I can be honest. I have never had this problem before. I have never had this problem.
I think my favorite part about this is you're going to a zoo where presumably there will be many exhibits on like, these are ways we should be nice to the earth so we continue to have things like polar bears.
as we all take our cars.
yeah, everybody drives separately. It was.
Well, we were looking for a way to multiply our carbon footprint by 80, and I think we figured it out,
And
guys.
then we drive an empty bus back to the school because
Yes.
every parent's going to sign their kid
Pretty-
sign their kid out at the end of the day.
Hopefully they idled the bus so that the bus driver could stay nice and cool.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed that you didn't have to ride in a bus because I was waiting for
I
that.
wanted to
Oh,
ride in
yeah.
the bus. I was ready. And then the teacher was just like, we had too many chaperones. It's like, everybody's got to drive separately.
I've
Were
never.
you going to do the chaperone thing where you ride in the front of the bus, or were you going to be like rowdy dad in the back of the bus?
I was gonna aim for like, I didn't want to be rowdy dad, but I didn't want to be the like, I was going for the middle of the bus. So I like to be the middle of the bus where, whatever the back people are doing, like you can kind of keep them in line, but you don't want to be too goody by sitting in the front of the bus. Just gonna try to hang out in the middle and relax and enjoy the bus ride. But I didn't get a bus ride.
So how was the game?
So the game was insane. Due to so many people having the field trip, we lost a couple of players. They were like, they're so tired from their field trip that they're not going to make it to the game. So we're down a few, and we lost some good players. We were minimal subs. At least the weather was nice. It was kind of like cool and overcast. Barely hit 80. Beautiful weather. My black coaching shirt really did not, hinder my performance, even though I was absolutely dead tired. And thank you so much for this black coaching shirt, YMCA. So I appreciate that. But we had a great game. We were playing against the Stinging Bees. You can call them Georgia Tech if you want. Team Turbo Power was
the
going.
Stinging Bees.
They were playing the Stinging Bees. That's right. Nobody on our team was allergic, so we were okay.
I do like that they've specified that the bees are the stinging kind.
Yes, not just the bees.
Yeah, as opposed to
we're not
the pollinating bees.
Nope. That's right. The chilling bees. We were playing against the Rambling Wreck, and oh God, were they rambling all over the place. So we went out to an early 1-0 lead in the first quarter, and as soon as we scored, one of the players on the other team took the ball from the goal, ran to the center line, and then just kicked it into our goal immediately after that. Didn't even let us celebrate, and I think VAR needs to check that. VAR needs to check that we were not set. The referee did not spot the ball. I really feel like, our kids weren't even back. They just scored.
Bullshit. That's some bullshit.
I mean, I don't think that goal should be allowed. So if that goal is or is not allowed, whatever. I
just think it's nice that the Pac-12 refs are getting some off-season work.
They are. I mean, we weren't even set. This is some bull. So we go back and forth. We get the good amoeba offense going. Just sliding all over this. There was, a crazy play that tended to happen a lot. When we went to the sideline of the Stinging Bees, for some odd reason, the subbed kids who were on the sideline continued to do illegal throw-ins on the side. And it was just, they would just grab the ball and throw it towards our goal every single time. They weren't even playing. And they pick up the ball and just throw it towards our goal. Illegal throw-ins galore. I will not speak to, the kid on our team who decided to do a throw-in the middle of the field. But
do crimes, kids.
It was great. He just picked it up and he just threw it over his head. I don't know what he was doing, but
everywhere is the sideline if you believe enough.
That's right. A lot of handballs, a lot of illegal throw-ins. I'm gonna have to work on some sort of offensive plan, maybe like an amoeba and one on the side, so
Gotcha.
The amoeba can pass it to the person who's open on the side. Wasn't really working out too well, and we did get a couple of goals. We had a kid with one goal. My son got a goal, so we got up to 3.
Yeah.
And we're technically tied if this first goal counts, which I don't believe it does. Honestly, I just don't. And the situation happened again. The illegal throw-in happened. They threw it towards the goal. 2 of our guys went back to clear it. One made contact, hit the other kid in the arm, and it bounced into a goal for an own goal. Again, I feel like VAR has to just rule that one off because, again, illegal throw-in led to the own goal, which if those 2 goals count, we lose 4-3. But if those 2 goals don't count, we won 3-2. I really don't know. I feel like we played a clean game. A lot of illegal throw-ins. The Georgia Tech Stinging Bees just cheating on the sidelines with illegal throw-ins. Coach Commish was not happy. The ref on the other team and the coach on the other team did not blow the whistle. They're swallowing the whistle, and I have to rely on VAR to see if we actually get credit for a win here.
Coach, do you intend to make any major complaints to the league office?
I've already filed a protest. So the game was finished under protest. The illegal throw-in and the quick kick, both by the Stinging Bees, which, were not playing fair. But, bees, they don't tend to play fair, apparently.
Next time you play, just remind me. I'll drive down, and I'm just going to have my iPhone out recording things. And whenever you just give me a little VAR thing, and I'll just walk over, get my phone out, and start scrolling through footage.
Just a lot of illegal throw-ins. I couldn't imagine how many throw-ins. The one arm heaves, an amazing amount of those. A lot of them, a lot of handballs. We had some on our team, which I admit there is some. but a lot of let me pick up the ball and move it and kick it. There was a lot by the Stinging Bees. Coach Commish really had to enforce the no hands, no manos to try to get the 3-2 win, which I believe we won 3-2. I'm gonna maintain that.
I believe you too. I think this is a belief thing.
Coach Commish says, "Stop the count."
Stop the count. That's right.
Last week I made such a thing of not liking spring games, and now we have a whole segment called Spring Game Smack Talk. Insert explosion sounds here.
You want me to do it real quick? You want me to do it like
Spring
Game Smack Talk?
It's Sunday.
No, there's a couple of different things for the spring games, which it's you can tell who it's really mainly is.
Oh yeah. Well, first off, Lane Kiffin talking shit, which is something we always love to see.
This is like almost an entire page of Lane Kiffin talking shit.
Oh yeah.
for the reader.
Lane Kiffin starts with just tweeting out screenshots of the Florida spring game, which ended 7-7 with no points in the first quarter and 505 total yards of offense. It was beautiful.
He just basically tweeted out flames. Like he put at Florida football flames.
Oh yeah.
That was it.
It's beautiful.
I saw that. I was like, why did he tweet Florida football? And then I looked at the score, and then I saw the time left in the spring game. It was like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and it was 7-7, and that's what it remained.
Are we sure Florida didn't accidentally rehire Will Muschamp?
No, because I saw him walking with Kirby Smart, and I again was shocked. I keep forgetting that exists.
Maybe he was allowed to call the offense as his Make-A-Wish.
And of course, Ole Miss's spring game ended, 100 to 103 or whatever it was. Points galore, whatever. It was beautiful. Because of course it was.
There was some more Lane Kiffin smack talk too at the spring game. Basically, this is from Connor O'Gara. He said, wow, Lane Kiffin not holding back talking about wide receiver Chris Marshall transitioning from Texas A&M to Ole Miss. He said, quote, instead of a program where you huddle and wait 35 seconds to snap it, we've got to get him to get the ball to the official. We've got to teach him to do things our way. Jimbo, he's calling you slow. He's calling your offense slow.
Christ.
I just want to take a second to fully elucidate for the listener the Lane Kiffin shit-talking tweet regarding the total points for the Ole Miss spring game.
Oh, yes, go for it.
Which ended up 52-50, or I guess 53-51, or 53-52 on a last-second 2-point conversion. I'm good at math. But the tweet itself is points, 3 exclamation points, gator emoji, football emoji, fire emoji. Lane Kiffin, king of the posters.
He's such a good shit poster.
The economy of words. It's beautiful.
This is what Matt Rule wishes he could do with emoji. This is the economy. It's clear. It's beautiful.
Gator fire.
Off-season Lane Kiffin is best Lane Kiffin.
Yes.
He has more time for posting.
Mm-hmm.
So on to other spring game bullshit. Clemson goes, we got 50,000 fans here at our spring game. Tweets it out. Looks great. South Carolina, 6 hours later. We have 51,000 fans at our spring game.
All this tells me is that there's literally nothing else to do in South Carolina in April.
Except being petty. But you know what? Hey, you do what you got to do. I love it. PittGirl, can you explain to me the Pitt spring game scoring?
No, I cannot.
Are you sure?
I'm
it's so
sure.
good. So good.
In the words of noted Twitter mutual of mine and friend of the show, Chris at Thunder Pit Road, quote, I will understand quantum physics before the scoring. That is correct. I worked part of yesterday and I got home like maybe 10 minutes before halftime of the spring game and sat down and like I had seen the sheet with the explanation of the points.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not understand. I do not understand. I thought I got it. I thought I was starting to understand in the second half of the game. and then I didn't understand anymore. Again, for the listener, here is the scoring format of the
Yes.
2023 Pitt Blue Gold Spring Game. And they did change it. They don't draft players anymore for the spring game, which is a little unfortunate, but it's because it was like separating the offensive line. And so then the spring game was all janky because neither of the O-lines had gelled. So like, I get it.
Okay.
But I do kind of miss that format.
Babies.
Yeah, a little bit. But I do like this. The scoring format for this year was offensive scoring of points. 6 points for a touchdown,
Okay.
1 point for a successful PAT, 2 points for a 2-point conversion, 3 points for a field goal. Cool. You also get a point for every first down.
Yes.
That's hey.
And the defense can score 5 points for a turnover, 12
Okay.
points for a turnover with a touchdown.
That sort of makes sense because that's like a net.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just don't bring the kicker out, I guess.
Yeah. Right.
1 point for a 3 and out or 4 and out, 1 point for a tackle for loss, 2 points for a sack, and 2 points for a safety. Additionally, negative points for minus 1 point for any penalty, minus 3 points for a personal foul or selfish penalty. And I did notice during the game that if the personal foul, if it's like a face mask, you lose 3 points and the offense gets the first down point. So it's actually a 4-point swing.
Oh.
Yes.
Double safety.
Yes. So
what are we calling a selfish penalty though?
personal fouls, or like, I guess if you did something like a false start is like something that happens sometimes, as opposed to like you personally did something dumb.
So if
Weird.
you get on all fours and pretend to pee in the end zone,
Yes, exactly.
that's a selfish penalty. Okay.
Yes.
So then this begs the question, what is a selfless penalty?
I would say taunting, maybe. That'd be kind of selfish, I guess. I don't
Or
know.
if you selfless.
No,
if you,
selfless.
Oh, selfless
uh,
penalty.
It was a
if you
selfless
end
penalty.
up taking a personal foul because someone else started a fight and
Okay.
you were trying to end
Okay.
it, but you know how the ref always sees the second guy?
Mm-hmm.
That.
Could have been. You know, saving.
You're soaking someone else's personal foul.
It's like, you know, in the NBA when they're like, hey, no, that was on me. It wasn't on the guy in foul trouble. That was on me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it happened.
Take the extra.
It was actually me with the false start. I false started.
I looked at this, and the only thing when I saw selfish penalty, the only thing I could think of was the fucking Tom Herman P chart. Because one of those is selfish teammates.
Yep.
And so I'm just imagining like his test being like, nope, selfish, 3 points off.
Points
Points
off.
off, selfish.
You are a bad guy.
You are a bad guy. You are going to Area 51. Still don't know what that means.
I did want to mention that the Pitt defense won the game with a late pick 12.
Yes. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
I just wanted to say the phrase pick 12.
They also should have gotten an additional 5 points on a strip sack turnover. They only gave them the sack points and not the strip points. I was a little disappointed in that. Also, Pitt pulled it, I made this joke on Twitter, but watching this game was like every series, it felt like, especially in the second half, they'd bring out a new like walk-on or deep backup quarterback. Like it was like the never-ending hanky magic trick. 7 different quarterbacks played in Pitt's spring game.
7.
Wow.
7.
How do you have 7?
So we have Phil Dracovic.
Yeah.
From BC, yes.
Yes, well, from Pittsburgh via BC.
That's right.
Then we have Christian Vieux is how I am pronouncing his name. They pronounced it differently on the broadcast. I cannot replicate it. I think he's French Canadian. Unclear. He is like the primary backup. Then we have Nate Yarnell, who is a sophomore now, I think, and is on scholarship. And then there's like miscellaneous walk-ons and like true freshmen and God knows whatever else is going on below that on the depth chart. So yeah, 7 different guys took snaps at quarterback yesterday. Spring games are great.
Hey, I just want to join a football team to be like an 8th string quarterback and barely be able to throw a screen pass. It'd be great.
Absolutely. Hey, I still have eligibility. Let's go.
I was a little disappointed. The 7th stringer, the last guy, they brought him out for the last series and they didn't let him throw, and I was a little disappointed.
Oh, come on, Narduzzi. You can't be conservative in a spring game. Yeah, he can.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
They did run. There was a flea flicker yesterday.
Okay.
There was one.
Oh, Narduzzi getting a little spicy here in the spring. There was a flea flicker. So you do have one in the playbook. Okay.
There is one, yes.
Well, folks, I know that all of us are big XFL fans, but I'm gonna have to pry you away from the XFL for a little bit because now the USFL is back.
Yeah.
We've got
Oh, yeah.
2 spring leagues at once.
Go
That's right.
Maulers!
The best.
This is a Breakers podcast. What are you talking about?
Again, as always, the best about the USFL is that at least it's not all in Birmingham this year. Now we're spread out in 4 cities, but the best one is that 2 teams are in Canton, Ohio. Neither of those 2 teams are Ohio teams. That's Pittsburgh and New Jersey playing in Ohio.
Woohoo! Pittsburgh Maulers of Canton!
It's, I didn't think that. I mean, I watched some USFL last year, and I was like, I don't know that they're that different than the regular football. But after having XFL with it being so weird, with so many different things, going back to USFL is just being like, oh, well, this is just kind of like football again. This isn't nearly as weird and fun. That kind of sucks. I want it to be weirder. The best they have is a drone cam. Like, they have the drone shots that make me like motion sick to watch, and that's about it.
Well, they do kick off from the 20 instead of like the 35 or the 30.
Yeah.
So they kick off from the 20. So there's like everybody gets like great field position. They're already starting at like the 40 or 45 yard line. It's ridiculous. No, the USFL was fun. I feel like it was played a little bit better because the teams are, I guess, like seasoned by like a year. Like the offenses were a little bit more crisp. You could tell that there's some sort of like cohesion in the teams, which is kind of.
I mean, the first half of the XFL season, watching the O-line play was just like watching a fucking train wreck. Like, it was on fire the whole time.
Yeah, I liked the atmosphere they had in Memphis for the showboats.
Yep.
I was upset at Fox that they did not show the Bass Pro Shop pyramid enough. They only had one flyby. I am mad. You have to show that every time you go to commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
Play the song with it too. I don't care. You need to show the pyramid every time you're in Memphis. You're at the Liberty Bowl. Show the pyramid, for God's sakes. Every single commercial break. I don't care.
I forgot one extra gimmick they have. They have the chip in the ball.
Yeah.
That's their thing. Because I remember the Kickers last year complaining about it. Because it made weird things happen to the ball. It wasn't just that they were bad kickers. It was that they had to. But that also leads to, you guys, I don't watch a ton of tennis. But they had that, like, did the ball go out? And they cut to, like, that weird CG shot.
the pong cam.
Yeah. And
in
cricket, they have the same thing. In cricket, they have, like, if you do leg before wicket, they have this little, like, 3G projection of, like, would the ball have hit the wicket if your leg had not gone there? And then, of course, the USFL has, did you get a first down? With the same kind of, like, amazing graphics. Let me find the video for y'all.
Pressure coming, gets rid of it. It's caught, and right after Vinny Papali should have the first down, and he does at the 48.
Let's see. Oh man, those Memphis uniforms are awful, by the way.
I'd like Brady
they're
White
giving like
to
Toledo vibes.
Oh god,
sooner.
Especially bad.
So Papali can.
Here we go. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Make something instead of getting blocked
Oh.
as soon as he catches the ball.
First
Look at
down.
that.
I love
It
it.
is with the
Wow.
sensor
It
in
looks
the
like
ball.
They made it in Microsoft Word.
It does.
There's something very MS-DOS about that
Right.
particular graphic.
Yeah.
Play the other video that the guy, one of our followers, made for us. I forgot his name.
This would be our follower.
Diesel Dog 97.
Yeah, this is great.
Diesel
This-
Dog
this
is in
random
one
follower?
of the Altoona Curve's many mascots.
Yes, could be. But this was like so nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm
That's
That's
God bless
exactly
Tecmo
right.
Bowl.
That's exactly right. That
That's
audio
perfect.
is perfect.
Tecmo Bowl.
perfect.
Beautiful.
I do want to show you guys a shot of the I should have just left this open. I don't know why I keep opening it. What the actual
Oh,
drone
God.
cam looked like.
Oh,
If you get
oh,
motion sickness, everyone hold on for dear life.
Oh, I'm already uncomfortable with this.
This
we got
is
some
the
Dutch
drone
angles
pilot
going
Down
on.
to get it off.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Bethel Thompson
Whoa.
going up top.
oh,
Pass
oh, okay.
caught.
Turn the camera.
Jay Adams with the reception.
Whee.
Oh God.
Their
Oh, I
biggest
don't like that.
receiver comes
Oh,
up.
I want that in
Like
like the the simulated coasters where it's not actually a roller coaster, but it's like a room on the things, and then I want that for that. I want the full experience.
I wonder if it's the same drone pilot from last year.
I was gonna ask, man, do you remember watching the first season of FCF and the drone pilot who couldn't like get the camera on anything?
Anything. He was so
like just the camera was just not like that. It was a small stadium. It wasn't that big.
The drone looked like it was flying very, very, very low.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you that thing is going to crash into a player at some point during this season.
Oh, but what if it gets hit with a football?
See,
There's
I love
be a
that.
rule. There's got to be a rule.
No, we were waiting for that to happen last year. Like, that's what we were geared up. Like, come on, drone interference. We're waiting for that. I wonder if they have to replay the down, or I don't know what happens. But
no, it's the fumble through the end zone rule.
Yeah,
but that's a turnover.
God
falls
damn
on
it.
the 20.
I was thinking about this more in terms of like if you are the quarterback that hits the drone with the football, you get like faux medieval rock painting demonstrating your heroics, kind of like the guy who took a drone out with a spear at a Renaissance fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's what should happen here.
I agree. Anyways, we have the XFL going towards the playoffs, the USFL just starting, the Italian Football League in the middle of things. By the way, our beloved the Mastini, the Verona Mastini, which are the Michigan with railroad tracks, lost big to the Dolphins on the #Road to Toledo.
Ugh.
We also have the CFL and the ELF coming up soon. I do want to talk a little baseball, but not about anything specific. I want to talk about a possum, guys.
I'm so excited about this. This is my favorite baseball story. I may have to become a half-hearted Oakland A's fan because of this. Listener, if you have not seen this, I am incredibly pleased to inform you that there is a possum living in the press box in Oakland.
Just in the visiting press box.
Just in the visiting booth, yes.
Just on the visiting side. It's like, no, home side, you're cool. But anybody that comes to visit, they have to say, hi. We're not going to let you broadcast because the possum's in there.
You got to hang out with the baseball possum.
That's,
this seems like a benefit to me, personally.
Why would you not want to hang out with the baseball possum?
What do I have to do to get Buster Olney to wrangle a possum? I will do anything to make this happen.
I want Buster Olney
to hang out with the possum.
I want Buster. Give me Buster Olney. I want Tim Kirchin and throw in Jason Stark. I want those three folks.
Perfect.
To hunt the possum in the visiting press box. Yes.
If we could get Kirchin and we could get Jason Stark to be the one that are actually trying to possum wrangle, we can have Olney call it. And the reason I say that is that Buster Olney grew up on a dairy farm.
Okay. Olney is just like he's at home then. Like it won't bother him at all.
This will be beautiful.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I love it that the Mets broadcast team was the one that broke this.
Go Mets!
Like until then, no one had said anything, but the Mets broadcast team was like
they never had
possum here.
Like they never had rats in like Shea Stadium. Come on, Mets fans.
Yeah,
do we think that the Mets people have ever seen a possum before?
Yeah, that's really the question.
It's a large.
Did they think
it's a
that
large
the possum
rat.
is just like the world's largest rat?
See, this is why I love that this happened in baseball, because your baseball broadcast teams fall into two distinct categories. You've got your Hilljack baseball broadcast folks who are just like, oh yeah, them's good eating. And then you have like your I can't handle nature end of the broadcast teams that you get in there. And so often they get paired together. Like I love this so much. It's so good.
I just want to take a second to remind everybody that possums are our friends. They eat lots of ticks. They're good and cool, actually.
America's marsupial. We love them.
They have pockets.
And when they run, they look like they're on roller skates. Who doesn't love possums?
They do look really goofy when they run.
When they carry their babies around, it's real cute. Mm-hmm. They're all so cute.
We're a possum positive podcast.
As a noted not outdoor pet, I understand that possums are good things. However, if I were to see one outside, I would panic and throw things.
Oh, no, I would be immediately trying to befriend it because they are also not very likely to get rabies. They are not entirely immune to rabies, but they are extremely unlikely to have rabies.
Hey,
So
wasn't that with Bobby Hill?
safe-ish
No,
to
Bobby Hill
attempt
had
to
a
befriend.
Bobby Hill made a raccoon friend. Raccoons do have rabies, not.
Yes.
Raccoon friends can be a lot of fun too. Just throwing it out there. My great uncle had a raccoon friend. Then they used to feed him onions, and he would wash it and peel it and wash it and peel it and wash it and peel it and wash it and peel it, and he would end up with an onion about the size of your pinky fingernail. And then he had to sleep with his paws straight out because his hands smelled so bad. This has been Hilljack Wisdom with me.
What?
The funniest part about this is that
honestly,
Commish and Jordan are just sitting there like, I'm sorry, what?
I mean, y'all talking about possums, and like my only experience really is growing up with Nutri-Rats, but just growing up in Louisiana. But no, it's just like you can just keep going back and forth about possums. I don't want to interrupt.
I did have a friend of mine in college who decided he wanted to keep a squirrel as a pet and actually walked it, like had a leash for it and walked around. He did not graduate in time.
I wonder why.
I can't imagine.
It may have been the whippets. I won't lie. It may have been the massive amounts of whippets.
I just I have a hard time imagining a squirrel ever going in a straight line for any reason ever.
No, it didn't. It did not. It made it very difficult to walk.
Listener, please don't do whippets with your squirrels.
Yes.
Leave the squirrels out of it. They didn't ask for this.
So after all that, which I'm probably going to cut most of that, because I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't want to
Just like bleep out 3 minutes.
I believe we have a Pennsylvania pronunciation game.
We do. I need a second to figure out how to present. Please hold.
Go for it.
Beth, please vamp.
Do we have any Pennsylvania music? Maybe throw in the polka again?
Oh, I'll throw the Pennsylvania polka again.
Okay, throw it in there. Uh-oh. Oh,
Here we
God.
go.
Probably.
Oh, you can
There we go.
We're
Love
on
it.
the wrong
Yeah,
screen.
we can see. Oh, there we go.
Here we go.
Thank you,
Hey.
Beth.
No problem.
So we have the Pennsylvania place pronunciation game. Pronunciation? Am I even say that right?
Man, you're in trouble
We're
already.
off to a roaring start.
Off to
Oh,
a,
yeah.
a roaring start.
Roaring.
I'm excited for this.
Is that the name of the first city? Rurin?
Roaring.
Rurin.
Hey, Commish, did you enjoy when we posted those once and someone posted the California study, was it ZZYXX, whatever it
Yeah.
was?
Oh,
It's
yes.
like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Is it Zizix? But, I have no idea. But,
It's Zyza or something like that.
oh, okay. That's fine.
Zyzix.
Yeah.
I should have did
Listener,
some...
this works way better if we actually are from this place or have lived there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just glad that it's a trial and error thing. Maybe we'll send out some audio clips of us attempting these words next time. We meant to do that with the Louisiana ones, but I do have 34 Louisiana places to go, but we're doing Pennsylvania this time, and I'm gonna get a taste of my own medicine. I have a feeling here, so
Let's do it.
It'll be fine. This is totally cool. All right, we ready?
Yes.
Your first word is spelled Belleffonte.
I'm gonna guess Belafonte.
I'm just gonna say Bellefonte.
Commish takes it. It is Bellefonte.
Really?
I decided to start you out very, very easily.
Okay.
So
No.
yes,
Oh,
yes, this is
no.
Bellefonte. It's just north of State College in Center County.
All right.
It's lovely. It has a Victorian downtown. Highly recommend.
I will say that I initially thought it might be Bellefonte because I am not from that part of the state. So full credit to Commish for getting it in one.
Yeah.
There we go.
I was like, my Louisiana brain was going Bellefonte.
Belafonte.
Bellefonte.
Belfont.
And so I was just like, okay, let's go Pennsylvania mindset if you can possibly channel PA. But yeah, I'm glad I got one. I'm not shut out. I am happy I am not shut out.
PittGirl, are you keeping score?
No.
I will keep score. I will
Okay.
keep score. I got score. You can trust.
All
You
right.
can trust me,
Let's continue on, shall we?
shall we?
If the slide advances. Maybe.
She's clicking.
There we go.
All right.
Oh God.
Your next one.
No.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. Oh God.
Come on, it's just 6 little letters.
Yeah,
You'll be
it's only
fine.
6 letters. Your next one is spelled Pequea.
God. Do I have to go first since I got it right?
Yeah, you
Is
do.
that the rule? Okay.
It is now.
Oh, okay. Well, I was kind of doing that last game, but I don't know if that was official or not. But
It is now.
oh God.
It is now. On this
It
one,
is now. Because you don't want to go. I know. I don't want to go. I have no idea. This is ridiculous. All right. Pequea. Oh man. All right. I'm just going straight Pokemon. Pika.
Okay. Like it. How about Pequea?
Folks, this is Pequea.
Oh.
This is actually where I'm like really, really from. It is in southern Lancaster County. I had to correct Johnny Gilbert's pronunciation of this word.
It's Pequea.
Pequea.
Like Payway?
No, like
No.
Pequea.
Pequea.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No
Pequea.
shot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's spelled exactly the way it looks.
Yeah.
Pequea.
Sure.
Pequea.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
Whatever you say.
Next, Newry.
Something silent here.
Yeah, I can't
Something
figure out
is
what the...
silent. I don't know what's silent. But something is silent.
I'm going to guess Newey.
Newey. That sounds good. I like Newey. But I feel like the R is in here somewhere. Neary.
Friends, this is Nori.
Oh.
No, it's not. No, it's fucking not. Newry is not Nori.
Sure is. That's Nori.
Hey, okay. Vowels mean things.
Do they?
God, I love this.
No-
This is so much fun.
Nori would be Norry, not New. There's a W in there.
Is there?
There's an E in there. It's not a
Is
schwa.
there?
It's not a schwa.
This is so great. I'm crying.
Nori.
Nori.
I got one. I'm happy I am not shut out. I got one.
Fucking hate all of your states. Hate all of your states. Just so we're clear.
You get us back with Texas, you know,
Like,
I'm sure.
like PittGirl, this is where I am actually from.
You're from Newry.
Ugh.
No.
Yeah, that
Nori.
hurts.
Nori.
Okay, fine. Fuck it.
All right. Oh God.
No, you fucking told me this one. I can't remember now.
Oh God. I feel like I've heard this before.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
God.
one is somewhat famous because it is also, in addition to being a county, it is also a river that runs through Philadelphia. But listener, it is spelled Schuykill.
Oh.
Oh fuck it! There's like a Penn State branch here or something.
I think there is a Penn State branch
I
named
think
for
there
this.
is. God. Okay. Penn State. Penn State.
Oh my God.
Schuykill? No.
I almost want to make it like it's. I don't know if it's
Oh.
it stands for Jewish money or something. I don't know.
The shekel. Yeah.
I
Penn
almost
State
want to call it
shekel.
shekel, but I don't think it's shekel. But
Okay,
it's
no. It's I got it. It's Penn State. Oh God damn it! My mouth can't do these things at once. Shulk. It's Shulkel. Shulkel.
okay. I'm just gonna do. I can't even think right now. This is ridiculous. Just
Atachaphilia.
Stop it. A Chafalaya. Get that right. Man, there's something that's like these letters are like don't mean anything. There's like
Yes.
I need to drop like 4 letters here in this name. I feel like I'm just gonna go with it. It's oh man, no. Okay, whatever. Skulkle. I'll try that. Definitely wrong.
It's pretty close. So the like generally acceptable pronunciation is Schuylkill.
Oh, so close. Skulkle.
Yeah, Schuylkill is acceptable. People who are from Schuylkill County say Schuylkill, or in the words of one of my dearly beloved friends from college, they'll just call it the Skook.
The Skook. Perfect.
Skook. The
Do I-
Skook.
Yeah,
Any
but there
partial
are.
credit here for close enough?
No, we're saying
Damn.
no.
All right.
Okay, the skook. If
The
we're saying, if we're calling it the skook, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 letters you're dropping there.
I
Yes.
told you. Like, just looking at this, I'm like, there has to be like 4 letters that disappear.
To be
It
fair,
just-
this derives from Dutch, and like,
Yep.
what is Dutch spelling anyway?
No, but in Dutch, they pronounce every letter. That's why Dutch is at least easier. It's not my fault you guys fucked it up and started dropping things.
It was the Ganashawana before it was the Skookle.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Next.
All right. Your next
Oh.
one is Monaca.
Man,
No, it's not that.
no. Like, I want to just go with like a simple word here. Like, I just want to go Monica, but that feels like it's too easy, and Pennsylvania is baiting me with this.
I'm gonna
Pronunciation.
throw in Monaca. Monaca.
Now I'm stuck hearing what you said.
Sorry.
It's okay. Almost want to make it like the gas company, like Monaco. I'm gonna go with that. Fine, Monaco, whatever.
Jordan, you should have leaned into the Yinzer just a little bit harder. It is Monaca.
Oh no, so close.
Yep.
Me
Yeah,
and my round vowels. God damn it.
Yeah, anytime we have a chance to destroy an A, we absolutely will. This is a town that is named after the
Principality of Monaco, but you fucked it up.
No, actually it's named after one of our native inhabitants whose name was Manakatutha, which is an awesome name. It is in Beaver County, just a little bit north of Pittsburgh.
I was so fucking sure you'd be like, oh no, it's from people from Monaco who lived there. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh,
I
we're
just really
capable of that, but
I just really appreciate reading that as Monica, because I didn't even think to do that, knowing that it is a town in Pennsylvania.
yep. The Pennsylvania is too strong in us. I
Yeah.
can't even look at that and think that it would be pronounced
All
that
right,
way.
we gotta. All right, that was just. Thought it was a trick, and I was not close. Oh God.
All right. Listener, this one is spelled EPHRATA.
Oh God.
Okay, so I'm not gonna go with the. I'm thinking like Euphrates, like the river.
Okay.
But I'm not. But I don't think so.
Noted Mesopotamian hive, Pennsylvania.
That's what I,
mean-
figured.
I mean,
Right.
there's
no,
a-
you got
There's
me.
a lot of rivers there that meet there in Pittsburgh. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's the Tigris,
This town
Euphrates.
is not in the
and the
vicinity of
Monongahela.
Pittsburgh. I will give you that. This is a south central Pennsylvania town.
Okay, so I mean, it's definitely not the Tigris, Euphrates, and the Monongahela. So, definitely not that one. So,
It's got to be like.
I'm just gonna say errata.
Oh, we're dropping lots of things.
Yes, errata. It's wrong, but I'm saying errata.
I'm going Ephrata.
So Jordan, this is funny because when I put this one in, I knew you were going to pronounce it that way.
How did you?
I could hear you saying Ephrata in my head, and you said it that way.
Yep.
Ladies and
We
gentlemen,
discussed
and,
this.
and
We knew this would
non-binary
happen.
friends, this is Ephrata.
God
Okay.
damn it.
I should have went with the whole. Okay, I dropped the P. So okay.
How did you know I was going to say that?
Because I can hear you saying things in my head
Mhm.
sometimes, and that was one of them.
That may be a
Yep.
problem. You may need to
Oh,
see a doctor for that.
We've been doing this a long time, guys.
Jordan has been in your head for way too long.
So our next one is spelled Coraopolis.
Corral?
Again, with like the Mesopotamia vibes here. Maybe the Acropolis. But
Again, we're having to choose what letters to drop here.
seriously, it's a game. Pennsylvania does not like us. We love you, Pennsylvania, but
You do have a friend in Pennsylvania. Actually, you have two.
This is true.
I'm just gonna say Corapolis or Coropolis, but one of those.
Okay.
Two. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Corapolis.
Noted breakfast hub. This is Coraopolis.
Coriopolis. Okay.
No, it's not. See, See that letter the way you just pronounced it, Coriopolis, that would imply a non-A there.
Yeah.
Coriopolis is
I get some
Coriopolis.
A out of
This is something
Coriopolis.
different.
That's
Man.
an A. That's
I like how-
to A.
Like he
Coriopolis.
gets really mad and offended. He's like, no, and I'm just like, I accept this. Whatever
No,
you
I-
say, Pennsylvania.
No, I
accept
disagree. I think you're wrong, Pennsylvania.
I'm just accepting it. I'm like, whatever you say, Pennsylvania. Whatever you say,
Yep, Coriopolis.
No,
It is near
not.
Pittsburgh.
no, it's not.
Coriopolis.
My dad is from
I
there.
don't know. It's fine. No, it's not. It's not. It's either not real or this is a conspiracy theory. This is Pennsylvania doesn't exist as my conspiracy theory. You know what? PittGirl, I've changed my mind on something.
Yeah.
I think I figured out that Pennsylvania should just be Western Delaware.
No.
Oh.
Yep.
Delaware.
Yep.
Delaware is a breakaway province. I'm a
Nope.
Pennsylvanian revanchist, specifically about Delaware.
Nope. Delaware is
I
the
want my
original
oceanfront
state.
property back.
I think we need to do manifest destiny for Delaware from the Great Lakes to the ocean, take over Pennsylvania.
Long Delaware was never a thing. Long Pennsylvania, however.
It was a thing. Yeah, you're right. No one ever wanted long Delaware. Not even Delaware. No, fuck this.
Oh, Jesus! What the?
All right, folks. This one
Oh,
is
no.
spelled ORWIGSBURG.
Orisburg.
How about or Wagsburg? Since your fucking vowels don't mean anything.
That was a good guess. I like that guess, Jordan.
Commish was closer. It's Origsburg.
Oh,
I'll give that to him actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It is in Schuylkill County. It is the home of one of my friends, friend of the show,
Schuylkill.
S2J Blair on Twitter.
My God, Pennsylvania.
Orgsburg in Schuylkill County. Yeah, that's
right.
That's fucking normal.
Damn, it's like tongue twister city over there.
That
My
is
God.
like Northeast PA coal country. For context.
Jesus.
By the way, the current score is Pennsylvania 6, Commish 2, Jordan 0. In case you're wondering why I'm being so salty.
Don't worry, we have a nice, easy one for you.
Again.
No, fuck
Friends-
this. This is dangerous. No,
This is
Friends,
so dangerous.
this one is 2 words.
No.
Your first word is LA, and your second word is JOSE.
Oh, this is cruel for like people living in Texas. This is just brutal.
right?
Yeah, I've been
This should
doing
be
all
easy
my.
mode for you guys. You've seen this before.
No, this is a trick. It's a trap. It's a
It is.
Pennsylvania trap.
This has to be a Pennsylvania trap. I like
It's a
that.
Pennsylvania trap. But how would you say that in Pennsylvania?
A Pennsylvania
Tarape?
trap is just a pothole.
Tarape?
That's true.
It's a town that's on fire.
Tropple. They say trap as tropical, but
Okay,
this is so wrong.
I'm gonna go with La Josie.
Ooh, that sounds good. I like that. La Josie.
And the Pussycats.
Yes. Right. La Josie and the Pussycats. I like
Cult
that. I
classic
don't.
movie from the early 2000s.
Yes, it's very classic. We're old. La Josie. I don't know about that. I don't know if it's like. La. All right. So like, there's a town in Louisiana which is on the list, and I'm gonna use this for base off of this. It's gonna be wrong, but it's gonna be funny. I think.
Okay.
La Hosse.
I would like to formally welcome all of you to Lay Joe's, Pennsylvania.
Oh fuck no!
I do love La Hosse, though.
La Hosse.
Yeah,
That sounds
so
like
good.
somewhere else in Pennsylvania that's spelled entirely differently than
All right.
this.
I went off the wall there, but
No,
you
it was
know.
good. It was good. I mean,
La Hosse.
I was never gonna get to La Josie.
It's Lay Joe's.
La
Come
Josie.
on,
I'm sorry.
Josie.
The E is. You're right. That's clearly the A.
Okay,
is-
I
the
should
E
have
is-
based it off of a different Louisiana place called La Rose, Les Joes. That was it.
Yes.
That was it. Oh, I went
Lay
with
Joe's.
Laplace, and that's why I got La Hosse. So I went with the wrong Louisiana one. Okay.
Yep, it's up in North Pennsylvania coal country, up in Clearfield County. And I can only assume that the town in California is named after it.
Oh,
Next.
There you go.
oh God.
Oh, this is Welsh bullshit. No, fuck this. No, this is not Pennsylvania. This is Welsh bullshit.
This is in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania has an area literally called the Welsh Belt.
I
So
can tell because
Yes.
this has no vowels in it.
No,
This one,
there's a way to say this, and I've oh man, I felt like
there is a way to say this.
there
yeah.
is.
No, I
Well,
felt
for-
like I've dealt with an auto accident in this city, and
Yeah, you probably have. It's a fairly populous Philly suburb.
yeah, and
Spell it first, PittGirl.
Yeah, I would like to
Okay.
spell it for the listener. This is another 2-worder, and it is BALA space CYNWYD.
oh
God,
man, okay, I'm gonna go with this. Ball sinned. Definitely wrong. I love the reaction.
it's like
It's everything I dreamed it could be.
I know I sort of know the second word, but I don't like Bala Kinwood.
Ding, ding, ding! We have a winner.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yep.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
Congratulations,
Wow.
Jordan. You have points
Wow.
At the last second.
Oh, I
at
love
the
it.
buzzer.
Okay, yeah, because
Yeah,
for some reason
Bala
the
Kinwood.
second I know the second word. Like I've seen that enough places in Welsh bullshit.
So we learned today that Jordan is very good at Pennsylvania town names, provided that they're Welsh.
If and only if they are Welsh.
If only.
That's right.
Just
Jordan's,
wait. I'm gonna find someone who's actually Welsh. I'm gonna bring them on this podcast, and we're gonna do Welsh town pronunciations, fuckos.
Oh no.
And we're all just gonna eat shit for a while.
Oh yeah, it'd be great. Like nobody get this right. Can you say the name again for me?
Bala Kinwood.
Bala Kinwood. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I dealt with a claim there, and I had butchered it then, and I thought I probably said it the way that I did, so I butchered it again. It's all
I
right.
mean, to be fair, this is one that I would have butchered as well. Because
So
it
wrong.
is, it's like a main, it's not quite on the main line, but it's like a mainline Philly
Mhm.
suburb. Oh no, it is a mainline Philly suburb.
It sure is.
So it is a little bit east of where I am familiar with.
I used to have rehearsals there with the one opera company I sang with.
I
Hey.
would like to say a final score, by the way, is Pennsylvania 7, Commish 2, Jordan 1. Pennsylvania has a dominant performance by Pennsylvania.
Dominant performance. I can never spell it correctly when I type it. Thank you so much. Spell check. I appreciate that. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to more Pennsylvania towns in the future, and we'll have Louisiana Part 2 coming, and then I
It's all
think
bullshit.
Jordan is going to do some.
I'll
I don't
do
know
some
if you
Texas
guys-
ones for y'all.
to do some Texas ones. I may have to join you, but because
I know. I think I'm able to get enough that are way off the beaten path for you. Even we'll see.
Okay, we'll see what's
'Cause,
up.
I mean,
Um,
you don't even know the fucking Texas pledge. So how Texas are you really? Let's be
I
honest.
am really not Texas at all. The only thing Texas for me personally is I have my dual citizenship between Texas and Louisiana. I have done a crawfish boil and I have smoked a brisket. So that's the only dual citizenship that I have.
Yeah.
Texas, Louisiana side of things.
Now I want to smoke crawfish. Why did you do this to me?
You know, I have someone that I can probably suggest that to.
It'd be
I
tough.
bet you it's tasty.
Uh,
I mean, smoked oysters are delicious.
yeah.
I don't eat fish, so like, I don't know.
And now we are on part 11 of our 39-part series of the best season of all time for teams who are below 500 all time. But so off to a 500 at. It doesn't get any better, Beth. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. I feel like I'm it's not nearly as like musical as it used to be.
Wah, 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 wah. Rap horns always hit.
So at 500 at.
And Commish,
Yeah.
let's talk about Wake Forest.
We're talking about the Demon Deacons, folks.
Let's talk about Wake, baby.
Let's talk about Forest. Lady. Let's talk about
First
the
off,
Demon Deacons.
why is it
1944. No. Sorry.
so I would honestly want to say, the more we do this, the more I'm realizing that it took something as fucked up as World War II to make all these teams play well. Because I feel like we keep going back to the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I've started noticing that too.
Right?
Or
Except
honestly,
for
if
New
we go
Mexico
further
State's
back,
1960.
we go further back. Sometimes it's the 1910s.
Yep. World
So
War I will
it's-
do that too.
It's
Yeah.
taking World Wars to get these teams to actually be good. So the best team of all time for seasons, for teams who are below 500 of all time for Wake Forest, we made a ruling just based off of strictly record. We don't care about like metrics or anything like that because we're the Sickos Committee podcast and we believe in the eye test, even though we didn't see them.
It's the feel, it's what you feel.
It's what I think I feel I know that 1944 Wake Forest was 9-1, and there was never a higher winning percentage for Wake Forest when they've played at least more than 5 games. So I want to give a shout out to their 2 undefeated seasons, which I did not rule them the best team of all time for them. 1891, they were 1-0. 1892, there were 4-0-1. I believe that could have been going around the Spanish-American War, so I don't know exactly the time frame on that.
Can I mention the 1891 Wake Forest? Did you look at it?
No, I didn't look at it. They were
1891, the Wake Forest Baptists, as they were known at the time.
Oh, don't like that.
Played 1 game, a win that was a forfeit against North Carolina.
Count it. 1-0. I'm sure 1892 wasn't too much better either. So I want to give a shout out to 2006 ACC champion Wake Forest. They were 11-3. I'm going to give a shout out to 2021 11-3 Wake also, even though they did not win the conference championship that year, thanks to, go ahead, PittGirl, the fake slide of Kenny Pickett.
Hey!
That's all right, there we go. Wake only has 2 conference championships in their history. The 2006 one I just mentioned. Also, 1970, they were 6-5, and they won the conference. They were 6-5. They were 6-5 overall, and they were 5-1 in the ACC. Their only loss was to South Carolina in the ACC.
ACC dominance.
That's
what
happens.
I mean, the Coastal was there from the beginning. It's always has been. The ACC Coastal will never die, and it's always been there.
It's in the walls.
Totally in the walls, definitely. So the 1944.
By the way, the only ACC team they lost to that year was South Carolina.
Yeah, that was it. So they lost to the Gamecocks, which is weird because, yes, that's right. South Carolina was in the ACC for a time before joining the SEC. 1944 Wake Forest had a legend of a man for a head coach. The head coach.
Before you keep going,
okay.
This is what Commish sold this on me. Like he's like, hey, I'm having some things, but I think I'm gonna go with this, and then he sent me this person's name.
Yeah,
and I was locked.
I sent this person's name, and it was an automatic like, yeah, we're going with this team. Let's go. Wake Forest's head coach was known as P-Head Walker. That's right. His full name.
Like an insult from a 5-year-old.
It was. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's weird, but I guess it was the shape of his head. Is P-Head Walker. His full name was Douglas Clyde Walker. P-Head was his nickname. He was mainly a baseball player growing up. Walker played minor league baseball in parts of 11 seasons spanning 1921 to 1932. He was primarily a shortstop. Also, he played second and third base. He posted a career batting average of 300. He had 30 home runs with 1,078 games. Notably, he batted over 324 times with a career-high average of 338 in 1928 with the York White Roses.
I put my favorite P-Head Walker picture in the chat because
it's
I love
great.
me some P-Head Walker.
If you think about the name P-Head Walker or just like P-Head, that's a Dick Tracy villain. And in that picture, it looks like he's in Dick Tracy.
Yep.
Listener, he is wearing a fantastic hat, a houndstooth coat, what looks like a rope belt on pleated pants, a necktie that would not reach his belly button that is done in brocade. This is just a beautiful man.
It's a very wide tie.
It's a very
it really is
so wide.
That tie is
I do want to take a second.
Possible that he doesn't know how to tie a cravat. It's that wide.
Also, just want to take a moment to acknowledge that the York White Roses, York, Pennsylvania. Ayo!
Hey.
I can pronounce that one correctly.
No one asked me about that.
Does that have like some vowels that is like? Is it really spelled Y-A-R-K?
It's Yark.
Yark.
It's Yark.
Yark. Yark. That's amazing.
It's Yark.
Home of rooters.
I just want to go over his playing career before we get to his coaching career with Wake Forest. So 1921 and 1923, he was a baseball player for the Wilson Bugs. Then he went to the Norfolk Tars, the Rochester Tribe, back to the Norfolk Tars, back to the Wilson Bugs, the York White Roses, the Bloomington Cubs, the Decatur Commodores, the Winston-Salem Twins, and finally he finished his career with the Wilmington Pirates.
So he played baseball all this time and then was like, nah, I'm going to do football now?
So he played baseball all this time, but he started coaching football in 1926 in between a stint with the Norfolk Tars and the Wilson Bugs.
So he was coaching... Wait, he
Football.
was coaching football while he was playing baseball?
Yes. Take that, Deion Sanders.
Take that, Bo Jackson. Shit.
Take that, Bo Jackson. Coach, this is going to be like, it's going to be a little theme until like he settled down with Wake Forest. Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons calmed him down and made him a one-sport man.
We all have those, we all had those times in our youth when we tried different things and
That's right.
went crazy, but we settled down with Wake Forest.
That's right. The Deacon was not so demon anymore.
This is my favorite late night call-in show. Welcome to Settle Down with Wake.
Still awake with Wake. But God, we're back to the Quiet Storm again. Okay, so his first head coaching job while he was in between stints playing baseball, he was at Atlantic Christian. Then he got hired as the head coach of Elon football in 1927. So Elon College, which became Elon University later. 1937, he got hired as the Wake Forest head coach for football. In that time, he was the head coach of a baseball team called the Snow Hillbillies.
Sure.
While he was at Elon, he was the head coach of football, basketball, and baseball, and he was still playing baseball.
Of course he was. Yep. A plus.
Did he wait till the end of baseball season to move from Elon to Wake?
I hope so.
Because that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks exactly looks like what happened.
It seems that way. It's crazy. His head coaching record. So he was a head coach for football, basketball, college baseball, and then also the Canadian Football League. So after his time with Wake, he had 1 year at Yale and I think 7 years with the Montreal Alouettes. Amazing. College football, he was 127, 93, and 10. College basketball, he was 124 and 84. College baseball, he was 124 and 61. And Canadian football, he was 59, 48, and 1. I did not know they had ties in the CFL until tonight.
There you go.
All right. In bowls, he was 1-1. I just don't understand how you could be the coach of the Snow Hillbillies of the Class D Coastal Plain League, leading them to the playoffs twice and to one league championship while coaching Wake Forest football.
That's because there was no off season. That's because they didn't do
That's right.
fucking like there was no like exercising off season. It was literally just show up, inject amphetamines, go team.
Basically, I mean this guy's apparently he is a legend. Honestly, I may have to get this after reading more and more about this gentleman, I may have to get the book about him. But
get the fucking book.
I may have to do it.
It's free with Kindle Unlimited.
That's right.
And look at the width of that tie.
That is a big tie. Again, one of P. Head Walker's longtime friends was Arnold Palmer, the golfer. Arnold Palmer. P. Head
Noted
Walker.
Pennsylvania native.
That's right. P. Head tried to recruit him to play football for him at Wake Forest. Unfortunately, it did not happen. That'd have been great if Arnold Palmer was a football player for Wake Forest. The book that we mentioned previously that's free with Kindle Unlimited, it is just the name P-Head with an exclamation point. The Life and Times of a Southern Fried Coach.
Excellent title.
Love it.
Sounds about right.
It's amazing. P-Head, he took Wake Forest to their first bowl game in 1946. Not this season, of course, but to the first ever Gator Bowl. And he became a Gator Bowl Hall of Famer
Yeah, he did.
after he passed away. Douglas Clyde P-Head Walker proved to Wake Forest football fans and the media that his traditional coaching philosophy and his dynamic personality could survive throughout Deacon history. From 1937 to 1950, P-Head Walker established a brilliant football coaching career at Wake Forest University, focusing primarily on exceptional recruiting, blocking, tackling, and kicking. He believed
it's a game of tackling. I've
right.
learned this.
That's right. The recruiting, you couldn't get Arnold Palmer, though. He believed in discipline, strength, and conditioning during practices and demanded hard work and dedication from the players. In addition to compiling a 77, 51, and 6 during his 14-year regime, he also led the teams to 2 bowl games, one including the win over South Carolina in the 1946 inaugural. What is that?
Inaugurable.
I'm sorry, Pennsylvania has infected me. But the inaugural Gator Bowl. Following his stint at Wake Forest University, P-Head Walker joined a longtime friend, Herman Hickman, at Yale. After 1 year at Yale, he signed on as head football coach at Montreal in the Canadian Football League. I'm just imagining a really southern gentleman by the name of P-Head coaching in Montreal.
Bonjour.
Can anybody give me the French translation of P-Head?
No.
I want that.
Hold up, God, 1 second, please.
I have a tangent while we're looking that up, and that is that I have a new bowl game idea, which is the bowl game is in a different place every year, and it's only ever held there once, and it is the inaugurable, and every year it is the inaugural in a different place, so it is always the first one there, and then it's only ever that one.
P-Head is tête de pois.
Say that again.
Tête de pois.
Okay, so I'm imagining the Montreal fans.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. This is in Louisiana, so it's tête de pois.
That sounds about right, honestly.
Tête de pois.
Tête de pois.
Tête de pois. My cousin down from Tête de pois.
I think my cousin's name is Teddy Dupois.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold it together,
just
folks.
call him Teddy.
He won 4 division titles before returning to one of his passions, scouting. With experience in scouting for the New York Yankees and the New York Giants, P-Head continued that role throughout his football coaching career. So he was a baseball scout while he was coaching football. Amazing.
These jobs can't be that hard, guys. They can't be that hard.
Like, now it's just like you just live that. You're up at 4 a.m. grinding tape. P-Head's out here like scouting major talent from the major leagues, living in Canada, playing baseball on the side. Amazing.
Get you a man who can do both.
Or like 4 things, apparently. P-Head, the original multitasker. So back to the 1944 Wake Forest team that finished 9-1. Elmer Barber was the captain in 1943, and he was the captain in 1944. Barber was an all-conference team selection in both years, and he won the Jacobs Blocking Trophy as the best blocking back in the Southern Conference as a senior. Apparently, this blocking trophy is still a thing.
Okay.
I had no idea. Like they're still giving that out in 2022 and 2023. I had no idea that the Jacobs Blocking Trophy is still a thing. I had no idea about that. But
I found a picture of it. It made me angry.
It's a plaque, not it's a plaque.
It's not a trophy.
It's not a trophy. Oh, come on, man.
Oh, that is disappointing.
It's a plaque with a picture of a trophy on it. Come on.
It's a blocking trophy. It should be block shaped.
I mean, can they make it like a blocking sled at least?
That would be good. But I was picturing just like, here's a brick.
Also good.
I like that.
It's a blocking brick.
Like an ABC block?
Yeah.
So this 1944 team was the only other Wake Forest team to start 7-0. So when you saw Wake Forest, start the season in 2021 at 7-0, they matched this team in 1944. That was the only other team in their history that has started 7-0. So I'm gonna
Hell
go over
yeah.
there. I'm gonna go over the schedule for the Deacons here in 1944. So they were at North Carolina. They won 7-0. At Georgia, won 14-7.
Woo.
They played at home against Maryland. They won 39-0. Played a neutral site game in Greensboro, North Carolina, against VMI. They won 38-7. Then they went at North Carolina State. They won 21-7. At Miami, won 27-0. Then they played their second home game of the year against Clemson. They won 13-7. They had their one loss at Duke when they were ranked 12th. Duke was ranked 20th. They did get blown out by Duke, unfortunately, 34-0. But they did bounce back in a neutral site game in Charlotte, North Carolina against South Carolina, and they beat the Gamecocks 19-13 to finish the season 9-1.
2 home games. Woof.
That's
Also,
it.
I just want to talk about the attendance here.
Yeah.
The most attended game here was the Duke game, 35,000. Georgia fans, you got to get your shit together. Only 8,500 people showed up for this.
In Sanford
Those are
Stadium.
rookie
In Sanford,
numbers.
yeah, like
In
come on.
Sanford, these are rookie numbers. This is why everybody dunks on your home attendance, Georgia. Do better.
Yeah, you were out attended by the Keydets.
Ooh.
Woo. I'm going to make a case for who gives a crap about the Duke loss. Duke wound up winning the conference in 1943, 1944, and 1945. In this season, Wake has a transitive win over Duke anyway, so their loss didn't matter. Duke lost to Penn. Penn beat William and Mary. William and Mary beat NC State. And of course, Wake Forest beat NC State at NC State. There's a bunch of different pictures of P-Head coaching. One of the things is just absolutely amazing. It's just like Duke ends another perfect record. So I was trying to figure out Duke, apparently with the spoilers, they had lost 4 in a row, but they lost to a number 6 ranked team, and then they lost to the number 2 ranked team. So Duke had like a really tough strength of schedule. And as soon as they got into the conference play, apparently Duke was just taking it out on the conference opponents.
Duke's 4 losses in a row were at Penn, home against North Carolina pre-flight.
Yes.
The fight in Cloudbusters.
We're gonna have to bevel that logo.
And then there is no logo, unfortunately. I just got
Oh, come on.
Also, a loss versus number 6 Navy and a loss versus number 2 Army.
So Duke had the strength of schedule over them, and unfortunately Duke wound up winning the conference, which, I mean, again, the conference isn't everything to Wake Forest. I'm going to say that because, again, they won it in 1970 at 6-5. Big deal. They won it in 2006. Who cares? Jim Grobe and P-Head Walker, they are both still tied for the all-time wins in Wake Forest history. They are tied. So they're tied. So P-Head still on the record books of Wake Forest today. The one thing that was hilarious that I found some articles is when Wake Forest beat Miami at Burdine Stadium in Miami, Florida. The headline, it says, 18,232 shivering fans see Deacons run over U of Miami. I'm trying to figure out what the temperature was. So I have the whole thing. I'm like, Miami, what is shivering for Miami? And I keep looking at this article, and I cannot say that. However, P-Head says they praise that, and he's like, I really like the weather. So P-Head was like, I'm all for this weather. Like, shivering fans, I cannot find, like, how cold it was. Because, like, if it's 60 in Miami, they're wearing, like, those big, giant, puffy starter jackets in Miami. So, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, like, what temperature it was, and I can't find anything whatsoever how cold it was. There was not any, like, temperature measurement in
I can imagine there's not a...
I mean, I'm sure there was thermometers out there, not the giant thermometers that we had or anything like that. There's headlines in there. It's just like penalties. P-Head really liked Wiley's punting. University of Miami net loss was 8 yards. So they had negative 8 yards for the entire game, which is absolutely amazing. 6.
Hold up. One moment, please.
All right. Let's see. You got it?
Give me a second.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Like, everything I'm seeing is like 85.
shivering patrons. It was 85 in Miami in October.
I can't imagine.
Just amazing.
I'm in the Miami Herald archive. Please hold.
Please
There we
hold.
go.
She's in, folks.
You keep talking. I'll click through and let you know.
Okay.
Oh, it's paywall. Boo.
Boo.
So why didn't they get to a bowl game this year?
So because Duke won the ACC title game. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
SoCon.
That's not the ACC.
The SoCon.
That is the SoCon.
Yeah.
Hashtag SoCon Saturday.
Yep.
Duke got the bid to the Sugar Bowl, and Duke wound up beating Alabama 29-26 in the Sugar Bowl that year.
Yeah, they did.
So again, I don't know what happened with like Duke at Penn, North Carolina pre-fight, Navy, Army, but they spoiled Georgia Tech's perfect season, and then they spoiled Wake Forest perfect season after that. Duke played spoiler there, but I mean, I feel like Wake Forest had that. I know in 1946 they won the 1945 they won the conference. They didn't win the conference, but they got to go to the Gator Bowl. That was the first one, so that was the first one they ever did, and they got to win.
I'd like to show you guys. I dropped it in the chat.
Wait a damn minute.
Look how many conference games Duke won to win the SoCon.
Yeah,
4.
Mm.
They went 6-4 overall with 4 conference wins. Wake Forest goes 6-1-0, 8-1-0 overall.
Yep.
Don't look at the rest of the conference. It was real bad.
Well,
Sus.
NC State was not bad.
Yeah, but it drops off real fast.
Oh, it does as soon as you start talking about Maryland. Speaking of Maryland, there's a headline in here. It says Deacons wallop Maryland 39-0. Wake Forest, North Carolina. An all-civilian Wake Forest powerhouse struck through the air on the ground on Saturday in its first home game in 2 years to crush Maryland 39-0 before a small crowd of 2,000.
First home game in 2 years?
Yeah, Wake Forest's first home game in 2 years. Wake Forest were the original road warriors. So, like, P-Head had to keep their heads level on the road. It
Wait,
was
in
amazing.
43, they didn't play a single home game?
This is also evidently Wake Forest was still in Wake Forest then?
Yeah, this is like that old, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they moved, like, before then.
Maybe the stadium was still there? I don't know.
Unclear.
I'm still trying to figure out how Maryland managed to have 2 conference games.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, Maryland played 2 conference games in the Southern Conference, and they were 1-1.
Oh. The School of Medicine moved to Winston-Salem in 1941, so I bet they didn't play a home game because they were in the process of moving.
Okay.
The whole school moved to Winston-Salem in 1946, which is later than I would have thought.
That was way later than that. I swear that was way earlier than that. Okay.
Sorry, guys, no home games. Bless this mess.
One thing one thing I wanted to point out in that Maryland article, it says an all-civilian Wake Forest powerhouse. So keep in mind, Duke is recruiting people that are coming back from the war.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
That's right.
Yep.
So an all-civilian powerhouse. This is why I'm talking about the Demon Deacons in 1944 as the best team of all time for Wake. Only one loss, again, an amazing coaching job by P-Head. He did lead them to a bowl game in the next season. Again, did not win the conference, but, that's not a thing at Wake Forest. Wake Forest is not, known for winning the conference. Apparently, I really want to go over that 1970 Wake Forest team because it's 6-5 overall, but 5-1 in conference to win the conference. That is classic ACC Wake Forest behavior right there.
I also did a little diving when I was helping Commish find some news articles. I don't have a ton by Mr. Al Jennings, but we have another sports editor who has some problems with the team and people not supporting them.
Yes.
Al Jennings, in his column Stringing Along, says, "What happened to the Demon Deacons last Saturday? That is one question that many were asking in the crowd of 27,000 that saw the game. The Deacons got off to a good start as they took the ball and roared to the Duke 5-yard line." This is from the loss. "Frankly, we think that George Clark's brilliant 94-yard touchdown run was what took the spirit out of the Wake team. That, coupled with the great Duke stand on the Devils' 5-yard line, would be enough to make any team say, 'What the hell can you do with a team like that?'"
And that's what I said.
Also from the same newspaper from this year, an article titled "Co-eds Try Hypnotism" by Becky Brown. Pajama clad, the girls in Botwick Hall sat huddled over a desk littered with everything from apple cores to broken fountain pens. Dozens of metal curlers clicked together as their owners desperately shook their heads to keep awake. It was 1:30 and there was yet a stack of material yet to be studied. Why, she wondered, did I not think of mid-semesters as I took those voluminous notes? A tour of every room in Bostwick Hall would feature the same scene with variations on the color of the PJs and the number of apple cores. That is, almost every room. In a couple of rooms, girls neither reviewed nor crammed. They slept and flunked. But wait, what goes on in this room? Why, someone is dying. The body of a girl lies prostrate on the bed. Her eyes are open and shut at seemingly timed intervals, and one penetrating light above, weird phrasing, above the bed makes her look as if she is already in a world which knows neither English book nor sulfuric acid. Beside her sits a co-ed whispering in soft tones. Is the girl really dying? What professor on campus would be such a brute to allow the co-ed to pass out from overstudy? And then the voice of the attending girl rose a little and her words could be heard. 1, you're going to sleep. 4, you're going to sleep. 6, you're going to sleep. Why, no one's dying. The co-eds have simply resorted to the widely recognized art of hypnotism to pass their exams.
That was a ride. What the fuck is up with Wake Forest students that they're all about apple cores? Because I could probably count the number of apples I ate in college on one hand.
Yep. And broken fountain pens, metal curlers, and apple cores, just like y'all did college.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's all there is.
They were using hypnotism to cram for exams, and I love it. And it was in the newspaper.
Hey man, I don't really need to study. Can you hypnotize me to learn this entire book? I hadn't thought of that.
Well, it's like a high level osmosis method, right?
I mean, seriously,
you put the textbook under your pillow. It works, maybe.
Maybe we need to bring that back. Like hypnotize me on the stage. Just don't make me like cluck like a chicken or anything like that. But
the procedure is perfectly simple and has glorious results when it works.
When it works.
When it works.
Love that.
50% of the time, it works every time.
Yep.
I do want to say this one thing for the 1944 Wake team. If the Gator Bowl was created a year before, they would have went to the Gator Bowl again. So like the next season in the 1945 Deacons, they did go to the Gator Bowl. After that, they were only 5-3-1, but basically they lost to Duke again the next year. Which Duke was a powerhouse because, again, getting those military folks. And Wake Forest was doing it all clean, by the books, P-Head Walker, all the way, focused on the civilian folks of Wake Forest. Yes,
by doing it clean all the way, I assume just the normal amounts of morphine and amphetamines and not the higher dosage of morphine and amphetamines.
There was no P-Head performance-enhancing substances.
Okay.
Sure.
Time out.
Listen, the stuff we get at the Army surplus store.
Time out. Okay, a pea protein powder.
Yep.
Pea heads, right?
Yep.
You're seeing this?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
That is where I was going with that.
This is our.
It's ground up peas.
After we get stickers and coffee mugs and shirts out, we're going straight into the protein supplements.
Yeah, TM, trademark.
Yep.
Yeah,
You cannot take this idea. This is our idea. Thank you.
P-Head protein. The protein powder of a Southern Fried Coach.
And the Sickos Committee.
Committee, that's right.
The official health supplements of the Sickos Committee. Wonderful. Sold.
Take some P-Head
It's
pills.
hypnotically
The
good.
FDA has not evaluated these statements.
Say that again, Beth. We interrupted that.
I said it's hypnotically good.
Perfect. Winner. That's it.
Okay.
P-Head protein.
Okay, folks. Anything else?
No. We definitely hope that we may have a special episode coming up on Tuesday, which will get released on Thursday, which will be the 18th. We're going to do a special episode on the 18th. We may have a special guest, and that would be coming out on the 20th. So we appreciate you listening now. And again, thanks for listening.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye, friends.